Greetings from turret 48B at Willowford West. And I'm just here to look at a few features you'll find along this section of Hadrian's Wall. One of which is at the turret here is this wing wall, which is the jutty out bit you can see here. The Romans originally built the turrets before they built the curtain wall, and they were designed to take a wall attached to them of 10 Roman feet wide. But at some point the Romans changed their mind and they built the wall roughly to 8 Roman feet, leaving these bits of wall sticking out here, butting out, which must have made quite handy spots if it was a windy day just to shelter from, if they weren't in the turret themselves, or even just a handy place to maybe to spend a penny. Yes, they were soldiers, so they probably would have done that. You can also see, if I turn around, you've got the remains of the foundations here, which were never used for the 10 Roman feet. They are still jutting out from the wall. If you want to know how Hadrian's Wall operated, this is the best section to explore, with 1 Roman fort, 2 wall turrets, 2 mile castles and even a bridge abutment thrown in. Just where the people are walking is the farm track to Willowford Farm that also forms the north ditch of Hadrian's Wall, which was extremely deeply cut at this point, and now that's become the farm road. So there we go, some post-Roman reuse of the north ditch. Again, you can just see the foundation layer still stretching on and going out towards the turret and the wing wall. The floor surface inside the turret had been resurfaced several times, and in the eastern corner was a small fire hearth. The excavators also found plenty of charcoal on the floor, leading the archaeologists to believe that maybe the upper story of the turret had burned down at some point and was made of timber. A small Roman rubbish tip lay just to the right of the turret. Hadrian's Wall was 80 Roman miles long, and each Roman mile there was a mile castle. So we start with 1 in the east, moving on right to the far end, obviously to mile castle 80, and between those 2 mile castles would have been 2 turrets, a third of a Roman mile each. So we have those named as A and B. It's a system that was brought in the early 20th century. It just makes things very simple. Otherwise you'd be talking from one academic to another saying, oh yes, I went up to Willowford West, and 2 people might not know the geography as well, or the name may be different. So the numbering system just makes things a lot more simple. It's built into the farmhouse wall. We have a centurion's stone, which would have been put in to mark the building of a certain length of Hadrian's Wall by a cohort or a team of men. Very proud of the work, and it also encouraged teamwork. Normally you would have to go to a fantastic resource like RIB, Roman Inscriptions in Britain, online to look up maybe what it said, but in this case we're very lucky because someone has very handily put a plaque there just beneath it, so we can actually see what it actually says. And it's the 5th cohort. Just behind me I'm looking west, and this is where Hadrian's Wall descends to Willowford Bridge, where a magnificent Roman bridge would have crossed the river. We also have a tower down there as well, and a ramp would have carried the Roman military way over the river. Then up the slope, which is considerably steeper than it used to be, the wall has collapsed into the river at that point. Then the slope rises and goes up to Harrow's Scar, which is mile castle 49, and then on to Birdoswell Roman Fort. From the top of the other side of the river, the wall, in fact, when it was built, was in turf and then converted to stone in a later period of Hadrian's reign.